Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Right now at 5, it's a proposal to get dozens of homeless off the streets during the coldest months of the year. But the location that's being proposed isn't sitting well with two nearby cities. Hear what they say or why they say the placement is unfair coming up.
The investigation into what caused the deadly boat fire Labor Day weekend, killing 34 people, continues. What the company who owned the boat is doing this morning with the rest of its fleet.
The bullying battle. Republicans and Democrats are pointing fingers as the impeachment inquiry into President Trump rolls on. What lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are saying. Today's Wednesday, October 2nd, 2019. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher.
And we're talking about your forecast because yesterday on the first day of October, it truly felt like fall.
It was beautiful. Going to change a little bit, though, going forward, Kev?
It is going to change a little bit going into today. But yeah, yesterday was another beautiful day for everybody. 71 degrees, still well below the normal of 86. Today, though, we will be a little bit warmer, closer to 80. 51 degrees out there right now. No winds to talk about for you. And as we take a look at the hour by hour, 50 degrees to start. And then we'll look at the upper 70s as we head into the 3 o'clock hour and just a light northwest wind at 5. As we take a look at the mountains, grab a jacket. Currently 28 degrees, a southeast wind at 5 miles per hour. And as we take a look at the wind forecast for the mountains today, we will see a light breeze, but shouldn't be much more than that. And as we take a look at the hour by hour, upper 20s to start, and then throughout the day will rise by 3 o'clock right near 69 with an easterly wind at 9. We'll talk much more on your weather in just a little bit, but first, let's see how the morning commute's going. We're going to send that over to Alex.
I think it's safe to say, Kev, that it's cold in Tehachapi.
Yeah.
28 degrees. Wow, it's very cold. All right, let's take a look at your morning commute. Here's a look at Highway 99 near White Lane, and it's looking pretty good on that side of town. We do have a car fire that's being reported on Round Mountain Road near Amaya Court. So be mindful of that if you're headed out that way. It looks like they are starting to tow that car off the road, so it looks like it might not be too much of an issue for you at this point. The car fire was reported just before 4 a.m. Everything else looks great around the county, though. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes.
One Kern County city says it doesn't support a new housing plan, but that might not stop the project from moving forward. This group of homes is known as the Shafter Farm Labor Camp. It's on Highway 43, just south of Wasco and just north of Shafter. Hundreds of farm workers live there during spring and summer, but during the winter months, many homes are empty. So the Housing Authority of Kern wants to use the buildings as temporary housing for homeless women from November through March.
The Wasco and Shafter area accounted for only 15 homeless individuals, and yet the plans were to accommodate up to 50 homeless individuals here in our area. And so there's natural questions in terms of, are the plans to relocate individuals from other areas of the county to the Wasco-Shafter area?
Last night, Wasco Mayor Alex Garcia said, like Shafter, the city opposes the housing plan and wants to explore other options. But the vote by the city council may not stop it from happening. That's because the complex sits in unincorporated Kern County, outside of Wasco city limits.
Senior 17 Corps Watch, a man accused of killing his daughter-in-law, is set to appear before a judge later this morning. 65-year-old Jagjit Singh is charged with murder. Police say he confessed to shooting his daughter-in-law, Sumandeep Kaur Kunar, inside the family's southwest Bakersfield home. Court documents say he overheard Kunar talking about leaving the family. When he confronted her about it, she threatened to rip her shirt off and claimed Singh tried to sexually assault her. Investigators say that's when Singh got his gun and shot Kunar. Singh told police he would lose his honor in the temple community if he were accused of seeing Kunar naked or assaulting her. Court documents say Singh felt like his only choice then was to commit a, quote, honor killing, but later realized it was not. Singh is being held on a $2 million bail.
5:04 now. Two men accused of trying to help a man accused of killing a Central Valley police officer elude capture now know their fate. Paulo Virgin Mendoza is accused of killing Newman Police Corporal Ranil Singh last year on Christmas Day. Police arrested Virgin Mendoza here in Kern County, but investigators say several family members tried to help him get away by sheltering him and hiding evidence. Among those people, Virgin Mendoza's brother, Conrado, and his friend, Eric Razzo. On Monday, a jury convicted them of working to aid Virgin Mendoza in his escape. The jury acquitted two others, Erasmo Villegas Suarez and Maria Moreno, who are from the Bakersfield-Lamont area. Suarez faces other charges and is due in court this month. Virgin Mendoza's girlfriend and another brother pleaded guilty in the case. A judge sentenced them to a year and a day in jail. The judge has also ordered everyone involved to appear for deportation proceedings after they serve their sentences.
The company who owned the doomed Conception is stopping tours in the wake of the deadly boat fire. Truth Aquatics says it is voluntarily suspending its fleet. 34 people died when the Conception somehow caught fire off the Channel Islands on Labor Day. In a Facebook post, Truth Aquatics says it is dedicating efforts to make its boats, quote, models of new regulations. Federal authorities are conducting a criminal investigation into the deadly fire. Truth Aquatics filed the lawsuit to head off potentially costly litigation. The company already faces a lawsuit from the cook on board the Conception who broke his leg trying to escape the flames. 16 and counting. Health officials confirm another death associated with vaping. The latest case is out of New Jersey. Officials there say they were notified in August about a woman who died as a result of vaping. There are now more than 800 confirmed cases of severe lung illnesses linked to vaping. At least 2 people in Kern County are hospitalized with vaping-related illnesses. Flavored tobacco products will soon be a thing of the past in Los Angeles County. Yesterday, supervisors voted unanimously in favor of the ban. The vote came in spite of protests last week by dozens of tobacco businesses and advocates who support vaping and e-cigarettes as aids to quit smoking. The ordinance will take effect in 30 days. Supervisors also called on Governor Gavin Newsom to pass a statewide ban on vaping.
The White House is looking a little more like the Pink House. Last night, the presidential residence was bathed in pink light to honor the start of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Each October, there's a campaign to increase awareness of the disease and urge women to get mammograms and annual checks, which are key to early detection. The CDC says 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with cancer in her lifetime. 2 local hospitals are hosting an event to recognize the importance of women's health. Empower Her, a girls' night out at Mercy Southwest Hospital, is being held by Mercy and Memorial. The hospitals say it's a fun, informational event, a great way to learn about breast health, women's health, and orthopedics. Plus, there will also be appetizers and raffle prizes just for attending. The free event is happening 5:30 to 7:30 tomorrow night. You can call ahead and RSVP at 324-7070.
Well, it is an event to celebrate Bakersfield's history from the Dust Bowl days, but this is the last time people will be able to enjoy the event. 17's Karen Waugh has a preview of the final Dust Bowl festival.
For 30 years, there's been a festival to remember those who migrated to California during the Dust Bowl. It's a day of free activities, but this year, it'll be the last. Sunset School in Lamont is symbolic.
We started like with nothing, but we ended up with, doing pretty good.
A place built for people who migrated to California during the Dust Bowl in the 1930s.
God moved a lot of people, 300,000, 400,000 people.
Our community's ancestors from Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri.
So they came here looking for better times, something to feed their family.
Now we honor our history at that very place with a day of food, crafts, memorabilia, antiques, and music from the original Bakersfield Sound All-Star Band.
They also brought their music with them. And that got started out here in Bakersfield with what they call the Bakersfield Sound.
The importance of honoring this piece of history?
So we know where we've come from, what people went through to give them what they have here today in Kern County.
But after 30 years, this celebration will be the last.
In the future, we will have something a little bit smaller here at the camp where the people lived in this labor camp.
Making sure our history is not left in the dust.
They need to realize where all that came from, what the people went through, the suffering they went through to live and work here back in those days. So they need to know their history.
This event will take place on Saturday, October 19th at Sunset School. That's on Weedpatch Highway and Sunset Boulevard in Lamont. The festivities begin at 8:30 in the morning. I'm Karen Hua, 17 News.
Still ahead this morning on Sunrise, new protections for first responders are now law.
We'll explain what the newly signed bills mean for local firefighters and hear what firefighters have to say about them. Welcome back. Big changes are coming to a popular social media platform. NBC's Stephanie Gosk sat down for an exclusive interview with the CEO of Instagram. The app is launching a new feature to combat bullying by asking users to think twice before leaving a potentially offensive comment.
There's been a big increase in depression and suicide among teenagers. Do you think that social media is partially to blame for that?
I think that we on social media, who work in social media, I'm sure have a part to play in the anxiety and the pressure that people, particularly young people, feel. Given our scale, there's going to be some good and there's going to be some bad that happens on our platform. Technology is not good or bad, it just is. Social media is a great amplifier in a lot of ways, and it's our responsibility to do what we can to amplify the good and mitigate the bad.
You can watch the full interview still ahead this morning on the Today Show. That's coming up right after 17 News at sunrise.
It's 5:20 now.
And we also have information about how you can keep your kids safe and healthy online. We've posted it all on our website, kget.com. All you have to do is just go to the CyberSafe icon.
Kids in Bakersfield will soon have a new massive playground to run around on. Kids Empire is opening an indoor rec center in the Bakersfield Plaza on California Avenue. That's the same parking lot as Hobby Lobby. Kids Empires are large playgrounds where families can host parties complete with climbing walls, dance floors, slides, and play places. No word yet on when this Bakersfield location will open.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Forever 21 has released a list of the locations it plans to close as part of bankruptcy proceedings. The retailer plans to close about a third of its U.S. stores. The Bakersfield location at the Valley Plaza Mall is not on the list, but a store in Tulare and Fresno are. Forever 21 does not necessarily expect to close all of the locations as it's talking with landlords and trying to negotiate leases and rents. But the nearly 180 stores on the list are some of Forever 21's most unprofitable, and it expects the stores will close if no further deals are reached. The clock is ticking for taxpayers who filed an extension. The October 15th deadline is now less than 2 weeks away. Accountants and tax preparers had suggested clients with complicated returns wait until the fall to file because of the 2018 tax season was the first time first-time taxpayers submitted returns under the new tax law. It nearly doubled the standard deduction, eliminated personal exemptions, and put new limits on certain itemized deductions. If you're on track to miss the October 15th deadline, prepare to pay a 5% failure to file penalty. All taxpayers must still pay any taxes owed to the IRS by April 15th. Parents will go to great lengths to take care of their children, even when those kids become adults. But sometimes financial help for adult children can get out of hand. Money expert Stacey Johnson has some tips to help you close the bank of mom and dad.
My daughters range from 29 up to 47. They go through good times, they go through kind of harder times, and they go through times when they need something which they can't really afford, so guess who pays for it?
Parents provide for their children, but for how long? The National Endowment for Financial Education says 59% of parents provide money to their adult kids after they finish school. It's natural to want to help your kids get started in life, but when that financial help starts hurting you financially, it's time to cut that cord. Here are some tips. First, have a conversation. Express your support, set goals, and discuss how to reach them. Next, make a plan to end the help, including specific dates. Then, offer help that doesn't involve cash. Babysit if they need time to work or job hunt, or use your business connections to help them land a better gig. If you're helping with credit cards or student loans, helping keep things current is one thing, but co-signing a loan? Hey, that's something else entirely. If your kid defaults on that co-sign loan, that's all you, baby. You are on the hook. Help them create a budget, one that focuses on destroying debt and saving for the future. And finally, lead by example. Pay your bills on time, work on your credit score, and save where you can. Bottom line, shutting down the bank of mom and dad is not an easy thing to do. But at the end of the day, it could be just the thing that helps your kids succeed. Want more information, tips, and links? You know they're waiting for you at MoneyTalksNews.com. Just do a search for Cutting Off the Kids. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacey Johnson.
Money Talks is brought to you by your local consumer credit counseling service. If you've got debt problems or just want some free budget counseling, call today.